Paul always wanted the home life, you see. He liked it with Daddy and the brother, and obviously missed his mother. And he always, you know, his dad was the whole thing. Like, it was just simple things like he wouldn't go against his dad, you know, and wear drain pipes, right? And his dad was always trying to get me out of the group behind my back. I found out later. He'd be saying to George, "Why don't you get rid of John? He's just a lot of trouble, you know. And cut your hair nice and wear baggy trousers." Like, I was the bad influence because I was the eldest, and so I had all the gear first usually. And so Paul was like that. He would always not. I was always saying, face up to him, you know, tell him to fuck off. He can't hit you. You can kill him. He's an old man. You know, don't take that. I just say, don't take that shit off him. You know, because I mean, I was always brought up by a woman, so maybe it was different, you know. But I wouldn't let the old man treat me like that. And he treated him like a child all the time. You know, cut his hair and, you know, telling him what to wear at 17, 18, something like that. So Paul would always give in to his dad. His dad told him to get a job. He fucking dropped the group and started working on the fucking lorries, you know, saying, I need a steady career, you know. We couldn't believe it. But I said to him, you know, Mimi reminded me of this the other night. He rang up and said he'd got this job and he couldn't come to the group, you know. And I told him on the phone, you know, either come or you're out, you know. So he had to make a decision between his dad and me those days. So he chose me in the end. But it was a long trip.
Singing that I'm come home. Oh, honey pie, my possession is tragic. Come and show me the magic of your Hollywood song. Wow, wow, wow. You became a legend of the silver screen, and now the thought of meeting you makes me weak in the knees. Oh, honey pie, you are driving me frantic. Sail across the Atlantic to be where you belong. Sail across the Atlantic to be where you belong. Now back to me, honey pie, oh honey pie, you're gonna drive me crazy. Honey pie, you're gonna drive me crazy. And now the thought of meeting you makes me weak in the knees. Oh, honey pie, you are driving me crazy. Honey love that I met you. So won't you please come home? Oh, honey pie, my position is tragic. Come and show me the magic of your Hollywood song. You became a legend of the silver screen, and now the thought of meeting you makes me weak in the sail across the Atlantic to be where you belong. Honey pie, come back to me.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, sorry, I must have made a mistake.
No, you haven't. You're just late. Actually, I think we'll be very pleased with you.
Really?
Yes, you're quite a feather in the cap. Hello? I've got one. Oh, I think so. Yes, he can talk. No, well, I think you ought to see him. Yes, all right. Come on.
Sorry. You don't see many of these nowadays, do you?
Come on. Simon, will this do?
Oh, not bad, darling, not really bad. Turn around, cheeky baby. Oh, yes, he's a definite boss. He'll look good alongside Susan. All right, Sammy Jim, this is all going to be quite painless. Don't breathe on me, Adrian.
I'm terribly sorry, but there seems to be some sort of misunderstanding.
Oh, you can come off it with us. You don't have to do all the old anoidal glottal stuff and carry on for our benefit.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Oh, my God, he's a natural.
Well, I did tell them not to send us real ones.
They ought to know by now the phonies are much easier to handle. Still, he's a good type. We'd like you to give us your opinion on some clothes for teenagers.
Oh, by all means, I'd be quite prepared for that eventuality.
Well, not your real opinion, naturally. It'll be written out and you'll learn it. Can you read?
Of course I can.
I mean lines, Ducky. Can you handle lines?
Well, I'll have a bash.
Good. Give him whatever it is they drink. A Coca-Rama?
A guitar?
Well, at least he's polite. Show him the shirts, Adrian. Now, you'll like these. You'll really dig them, that tab and all the other pimply hyperboles.
I wouldn't be seeing Dad in them. The dead grotty.
Grotty?
Yeah, grotesque.
Make a note of that word and give it to Susan. It's rather touching, really. Here's this kid trying to give me his utterly valueless opinion when I know for a fact that within a month he'll be suffering from a violent inferiority complex and loss of status because he isn't wearing one of these nasty things. Of course they're grotty, you wretched nit. That's why they were designed, but that's what you'll want.
I won't.
You can be replaced, chickie baby.
I don't care.
That pose is out too, Sonny Jim. The new thing is to care passionately and be right wing. Anyway, if you don't cooperate, you won't beat Susan.
And who's this Susan when she's at home?
Only Susan Canty, our resident teenager. You'll have to love her. She's your symbol.
Oh, you mean that posh bird who gets everything wrong?
I beg your pardon.
Oh, yeah, the lads frequently sit down the television and watch her for a giggle. In fact, once we all sat down and wrote these letters saying how gear she was and all that rubbish.
She's a trendsetter. It's her profession.
She's a drag, a well-known drag. We turn the sound down on her and say rude things.
Get him out of here.
Have I said something amiss?
Get him out. He's knocking the program's image.
Sorry about the shirt.
Get him out! You don't think he's a new phenomenon, do you?
You mean an early clue to the new direction?
Where's the calendar? Oh, no. It's all right. He's just a troublemaker. The change isn't due for 3 weeks yet. All the same, make a note not to extend Susan's contract. Let's not take any unnecessary chances.
Lady Madonna, children at your feet, wonder how you manage to make ends meet. Who finds the money when you pay the rent? Did you think that money was heaven sent? Lady Madonna, baby at your breast, wonder how you manage to feed the rest. Hey, feed the rest. Friday night arrives without a suitcase, Sunday morning creeping like a nun, Wednesday tries to learn the tide foolish. See how they run, singing Lady Madonna, lying on your bed. Listen to the music running through your head, hey, through your head. Tuesday afternoon is never ending. Sunday morning, paper didn't come. Saturday night, your stocking needs mending. See how they run, singing Lady Madonna, lying on your bed. Listen to the music running through your head, hey, through your head. Lady Madonna, Lady Madonna, Lady Madonna, Lady. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to Strawberry Fields. Nothing is real, and there's nothing to get hung about. Strawberry Fields forever. Living is easy with eyes closed. Misunderstanding all you see. It's getting hard to be someone, but it all works out. That doesn't matter much to me. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to Strawberry Fields. Nothing is real, and there's nothing to get hung about. Strawberry Fields forever.
Time goes by, as we all know, naturally. People come and people go, naturally. Let's be natural. Ever since the world began, let's be natural. Everyone love you with all my heart, love you whenever we're together, love you when we're apart. And now at last I find you, your song will fill the air. Sing it out so I can hear you. It's not easy to be near you, but the things you do that brings me to you, you know I will love you forever and forever, love you with all my heart, love you whenever we're together, love you when we're apart. For when at last I find you, your song will fill the air. Sing it out so I can hear you. It's not easy to be near you, for the things you do that brings me to you, you know I will. Blackbird singing in the dead of night, take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night, take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to rise. You were only waiting for this moment to rise. You were only waiting for this moment to rise.
Now for a Beatles tune, a song by Lennon and McCartney, but with a difference. It's been arranged in the style of an Elizabethan madrigal, and it's now called Thou Canst Not Buy Me Love.
I'll buy you a diamond ring, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. I'll get you anything, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Can't buy me love, everybody tell me so. Can't buy me love. Can't buy me no, no, no. I'll give you all I've got to give if you say you love me too. I may not have a lot to give, but what I've got I'll give to you. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. La 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 la. Say that you need no diamond rings and I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you want the kind of things that money just can't buy. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love.
Eleanor Rigby picks up her rights in a church where a wedding has been. It's in a dream. Sits by her window wearing a face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? All those lonely people. Where do they all come from? All those lonely people. Where do they all belong? Father Mackenzie writing the words to a sermon that no one will hear, no one comes near. Look at him working, donning his socks in the night, and there's nobody there. What does he care? All those lonely people, where do they all come from? All those lonely people, where do they all belong? Oh, look at all those lonely people. Oh, look at all those lonely people. Eleanor Rigby died in the church and was buried along with a name. Nobody came. Father Mackenzie, wiping his hands of the dirt as he stands by the grave, no one would say. Oh, all those lonely people, where do they all come from? All those lonely people, where do they all belong? Where do they all belong? Where do they all belong?
A back-off boogaloo. It's one of my favourite tracks.
Well, thank you very much, Ringo. And
well, I haven't finished yet.
Oh, good.
And if you can do anything else, why don't you play Flamingo by Earl Bostic, which was one of my other favourite records of all time.
Get those records, Sam, and then we'll talk about this whole thing. And Sam makes pipes, too. He makes
yes,
pipes
you told me about that, Jack. Tell me about Sam's pipes.
Well, Sam is a pipe maker. He makes clay pipes in the style of pre-Columbian art, and he sells them, and he does this disc jockey thing, and in between that he makes a living.
Well, okay, Sam, I've done your tape for you. Why don't you make me a pipe?
Good. Well, thank you very much, Ringo. And again, let me tell you how thankful I am for you doing this, because Sam will love it.
Well, I hope you do, Sam. And Madeline's a groovy dancer. Groove is an old word, I know.
Thank you, Sam. See you soon.
Bye, Sam. And all you listeners out there. Now, let's hope to God we've got something.